Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
That's lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Shit, Andrew.
You're not doing it. You're not doing this. You're not doing that.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. My name's Lee Honish. As always, I'm joined by Andrew Lapachet. How are you today, Andrew?
Doing very good.
Welcome. You're so flat. What were you up till 2 a.m. in Vegas?
Oh, yes. Yeah, and not in Vegas, but I was up late. Yes, sir.
All right. Why were you up late? Regale me in why you sound more burned out, and I'm the guy who ran around till about 2:30 in the morning in Vegas.
Well, because I have a newborn. You don't.
Okay. I'm with you.
You know?
I'm completely with you. So
I have a
here's
fussy
my question, Andrew. How much coffee have you had? I mean, that's really what everybody who listens to the show is going to want to know.
3 cups. I'm only down about a little bit under half, so about 1.5 cups so far has went down.
All right.
And
I realized that I'm not going to get any video content out of this one, and I'm just going to record the podcast, and I'll figure it all out later. Let's just go through this, shall we? I'm going to turn this one off. I don't need this. I'm leaving a big quiet gap so I know where to restart. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Lapachet, bringing you the wonderful world of boxing. How are you today, Andrew?
doing good, Lee. Is that better?
I'm giving you 2 chances at it now on purpose to see if you would come with more energy.
Oh, jeez. I've got a lot of
Are you that emotionally whipped because Manny Pacquiao is the most dominant boxer of his era?
No, that was a great win. That was a great win for Pacquiao. Yeah, I'm a little surprised with there's a lot of people saying that right now. Like, this win put him above everyone else in his era, including Floyd, which calls for the rematch, right? It was impressive. I don't know if it was as impressive as Floyd beating Saul Alvarez on his way out. Thurman was good, but Thurman, we had went over his record, Lee. He spent a lot of time out of the ring in the last 3 to 4 years. Not an active fighter, you would say, at all. Looked terrible against Josito Lopez. Last night he looked better, but the greatest of the era because he beat Keith Thurman. I don't know. It's a stretch. If it would have happened before the injury, before the 22 months off, then yes, that would have been very impressive. Keith Thurman's pound for pounds. Keith Thurman was, people need to understand, he was the one being targeted as going after Floyd Mayweather at the end of Mayweather's run with Al Heyman there. It just never developed. And then, now we talk about Spence, but Spence came years later. Thurman was there first. So if he would have beat that Thurman, yes. Right now, I still don't know who Keith Thurman is. A lot of the punches, we'll go over this later, but, a lot of his punches look like arm shots. I don't know if anyone seen that last night. Just didn't commit to a lot of the punches he was trying to land on Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, I don't. Rewatching the fight again this morning when I was less emotional after not getting my round 1 knockout, which I thought I had. Okay, so should we go through the round by round? Should we recap anything? Is there any news that came out of it? I'm in a bubble. I'm in Las Vegas, Andrew. So
yeah, my social media would tell us if there was any big news that came out of this fight.
There isn't.
I haven't seen it. Floyd was there. Floyd did come in the ring. Did you notice he went in the ring early? Was standing on Manny Pacquiao's side. But no, there was no big surprise ending there with Floyd saying he was ready to come back to challenge Manny or he misses boxing.
No, there's no reveal. It feels like we're at a wedding, Andrew.
Yeah.
Can you believe what they picked for the color for the bridesmaids' gowns?
What are you talking about?
All right, everybody. Let me recap you on where we are in this week. If you've been following along, audio or video or whatever, or how you're catching up with us on Sunday to get our feelings on this fight, because that's all we're going to really be able to cover. Andrew needs a nap. I need a shower and a nap. We're pretty wiped out for different reasons. His reason is way more superior than mine. Mine is just debauchery in Vegas. So, are you ready for?
I'm sending it right now, Lee. But boy, oh boy.
All right, am I supposed to be opening my mail? This is a compelling show that is all over the place, Andrew. Normally, we have cohesion in our calls on some level.
Yeah.
Today ain't the day.
It was a good night. You won,
Big,
didn't
long,
you?
giant gaps. Shitty show.
Shitty show.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
We had a ton of people watching our videos and stuff. I mean, we had a remarkably good. You sent it by text. Okay, I got you. Got it.
Sometimes you just can't wake them up. When they're that asleep.
Which is why we're not doing video for this episode.
This is you gotta just leave them alone. When she wakes up, I'll wake up. But
I got it
right now. I gotta be on the.
I'm with you.
All right.
Do you want to do the introduction for a third time?
Why? What are you so wrong with the show? We're into 5 minutes. You're already ready to dump it.
No. I'm actually going to play it from the very beginning all the way through as a podcast. So the podcasters are like, what the hell is happening? You now know. Andrew's got a baby asleep behind him. I'm tore up. I went to town on Vegas, which is a rarity for me. Let's catch up to fight night. So Friday night, big shout out to the wonderful people at the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. So the question on everybody's mind, Andrew, did I find Jesse Vargas? How quick do you think I would have texted you? Did that even sound right? Texted you? How quick would I have texted you if I had run into Jesse Vargas?
I'm sure we would have seen the video. Yes. It seemed like you only ran into Joel Casamayor.
All right. So very good. So let me tell you my story, who's now my favorite fighter of all time. Most of the fighters were over and just swamped by the people that had shown up. Joel doesn't like people, from what I can tell, which makes him my favorite fighter already. Secondly, his son is pretty cool. Third, the guy he does business with, sort of his buddy, is a pretty cool guy too. The reason I'm telling you all that, the idea for the Joel video came because Joel was basically just holding up a wall behind me as I was talking to his friend. And I said, I got a great idea for a video. And so I laid out the idea for the video, and it took like 3 takes. That's why it looks the way it did, because it took 3 takes to screw that one video up. And that's sober, bro. Sober. Screwed that up 3 times sober. But here is why Joel Casamayor is my favorite fighter of all time. The 3 of us are standing there laughing, having a good time. Joel's already looking at his watch, wondering when he can leave. And I'm already thinking, when can I leave? Jesse Vargas was clearly not going to show up and make my dream highlight videos a reality. So we were attacked by Hall of Fame people who wanted Joel and me and his friend to buy tickets for 50-50 raffles, a trip to Cancun, a replica WBC belt, like, you know, the normal shit. This is a fundraiser, right? And Joel did the coolest move I've ever seen in my entire life. He looked at his phone sharply, like he got a phone call, put it to his ears, and walked away. And I'm standing there, and I'm like, will $10 make you guys go away and like make this okay? And like, I'm giving him money, and I look at his friend and I said, did he just fake a phone call to get out of this situation and to leave this event? And he's like, I don't know. It might have been a real call. And we're watching for a second. He had walked to the right out of our view, right? It was kind of a hallway thing. And then he turns to the left and he walks the hallway the other way, no phone to his ear, waves to his buddy for them to go. He gives the head nod to go. And I went, that is some slick ass shit, man. For a guy that's been in, as I found out, 600 rounds. I heard the story of the Bradley fight. Man, do you know the backstory on the Bradley fight?
Nope.
Fought Bradley on 2 weeks' notice?
Huh. Probably when it happened, I'm sure, but no, it's not in my archives in my memory.
So when Casamayor fought Bradley, it was on 2 weeks' notice. He basically got a phone call while he was partying in Miami. Partying. Those were the exact words. Partying, not training. Partying. And Bob called him, said, I got a fight for you. And Joel didn't even like wait. He's just like, how much? So we had a discussion that every fighter has a price, right?
Right.
He goes, I said, Joel's got a price. Joel will come out of retirement for the right price. He's like, yeah, he probably would. And he told me this story. He goes, all he asked Bob was, how much?
Makes sense.
Thought I could regale you with that. You and all the podcasters with that tale. Which point I got back into my car, went back to my room, and I was done for the evening. The second day of my vacation, I woke up. Am I going to do the whole Cheech and Chong routine before anybody catches on? On the first day of summer vacation, I woke up. I went to look for a job and I could not find one. So I walked down to the liquor store and hung out there for the rest of the day. On the second day of my vacation, you had to be a Cheech and Chong fan, right?
Yes. Yes. Actually, my grandpa let us rent those movies, to be honest with you. I don't think he knew what he was doing, but
I don't think
we used to watch those at Grandma
on
and
the
Grandpa's
second
house.
day of my summer vacation, I woke up. And I'm all geared up. I got all my shit. I'm texting Bobby. I'm like, let's go, man. We're media. Let's go watch the weigh-in. And I got all my shit. And just before I hit the word send, like, let's go kill it and be real media, I'm like, why am I going to go over there with an arena full of people to watch people stand on scales who aren't going to say anything, throw a punch at anybody? So I texted Bobby. I said, do you like barbecue? Bobby said, well, I could eat a sandwich. That's exactly what he wrote. I could eat a sandwich. You'd be proud of him. I said, have you ever heard of Iron Chef Michael Simon? He's got a restaurant. It's called Mabel, and it's got barbecue. He's like, Where? I said, the Palms with free parking, easy access. He's like, where do you want to go shoot? I said, hell, I'll bring the whole rig and we'll go shoot in their sports book. Who's going to care? We're just recording a show on how to bet the fight. He's like, okay, we're going to watch the weigh-in on your computer. I said, we are. He says, that's a great plan. I said, it is a great plan. So I went over to meet Bobby. We shot. So I realized I didn't have the right cables. My computer wasn't working with me, and I wound up having to use my cell phone, and it looked like shit. And it sounded like shit, Andrew. But
Very professional.
I want to start the recap of this fight right there. During that recording, which I'm guessing you may or may not have listened to, Andrew. Did you?
No.
Okay. I'm the only one who keeps up on the show. It's all right, Andrew. You have a baby in the room. My job as the producer to be aware of what everybody's doing. All right, you ready? Midway through the show, we're reading off numbers and we're giving everybody the backstory, basically filling it so it's a 10 to 15 minute video, really. I mean, truthfully, to explain how to bet it was going to take 30 seconds, but Bobby and I actually explained our logic, right? I'm looking at the sheet. We've got 3 different sheets in front of us, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, Bobby, the draw is at 10-1. He's like, that can't be right. And he looks down away from the camera, and he's looking. There's a pause where both of us stop and go, the draw is at 10-1. I said, do we want to cover that right now? Because I said, that's a really low number. And for those of you listening going, why is that such a big deal? First of all, it was a split decision last night. Second of all, a draw is never 10-1 unless something crazy is about to happen. Third of all, the reason I'm saying that you could have bet Thurman by knockout and gotten 10-1. So you're telling me the probability of this being a draw or Thurman winning by knockout were like the same level of prop bet, Andrew? Like that's going into the fight. At that point,
but you didn't really think that fight was a draw, though, right?
I've looked at everybody's scorecards. I have gone on social media and I have reviewed all media people's. I watched it live. So here's my general feeling of the evening, right? I watched it live while it happened. Emotionally, I thought Manny like ran away with it. Like he beat every round. He was just the better fighter.
What the
He was
hell?
shooting sunshine and rainbows. Keith Thurman looked flat. I thought he made a great late surge, but it was never enough to stop the almighty Manny Pacquiao. That's my delusional mind that's waiting for a knockout and emotionally watching it. I rewatched it again today. All right, here's my argument before we go through it round by round. 8-4, 7-5. You get 2 points in the first round.
That's
he
right.
He wins by unanimous decision.
That's right. That fight, I mean, come on. Keith Thurman is down 4-0 going into round 4. You know what I mean? Like he needs to get into round 8 or 9 before he can tie this thing up with no fucking knockdowns. No, and then he gets annihilated at the end.
Right.
What a shitty 12th round. Like that guy who gave, like, once again, swear to God, if Keith Thurman was Mexican and good looking and named Alvarez, we would be fucking burning the judge that gave him the goddamn fight. Oh, you should never judge again. Oh, they should fire him. Oh my God, what a fixed fight. Keith Thurman winning by 2 points. What the fuck was he watching? This is 4-0 going into round 4. Yup, there I woke her up. Hey, hold on. We're going to have a commercial, Lee. Commercial.
Okay. Hold on.
Come on, producer.
Everybody go to LasVegasDiscount.net. LasVegasDiscount.net. When you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best.
Hey, this is Bob Arum. Go to LasVegasDiscount.net. This advertisement has not been paid for. I am not a celebrity endorser. Prices may vary.
Very good, bro. So, yes. We would be talking about a fixed fight if this was if this was Saul Alvarez and that judge gave him the fight. He didn't come close to winning last night. He had like 3 good rounds in the middle there. I'll give him that. But you know what? Manny's 40 and he takes breaks nowadays. So I don't really know if it was Keith Thurman or if it was Freddie Roach saying, "Hey, Manny, relax. We've just swept the first 4 rounds with the knockdown, so don't even stress on these middle rounds, and then we're going to bring it back at the end. You know, it's he's 40. He looked 40. He could have went for the kill. Did you see when he hit him to the body, literally broke Keith Thurman? He didn't go for it. He's just boxing. He's 40. Don't know if I trust Manny moving forward in the career fighting these young guys. I'm dead serious about it. I like how he looked. Awesome win. Don't get me mistaken. But he did slow down in the middle. He did need a break. He did have Keith Thurman on the verge.
Bro.
I know. So moving forward, I don't know if I want to see Pacquiao keep fighting these younger PBC guys. A Spence. You know, Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia have now, it looks like that fight is out. It's done. So will one of them step in and try to face Manny Pacquiao now? If Floyd don't come back. That's real. But this was not a draw. This was not Keith Thurman barely, 115, 112. Get out of here. Stop it. That he was getting out punched in that CompuBox that had him up by 10 points or 10 punches. What a fucking joke. Literally, we're counting. We're counting punches. Man, he's landing 2 to 3 every combo. He just keeps throwing, and Keith Thurman is responding with his one right hand. Didn't commit to anything else last night. That was something big. I don't think Keith Thurman has the power anymore. I do believe the injury has taken away from his career now because he wasn't committing to his punches.
So, Andrew.
Yes.
Based on everything.
Do we have the
Manny
scorecard?
Pacquiao? Well, let's cover the first thing.
Okay.
For those that actually paid their $75. Was it worth a $75?
Yes, yes, it was a good fight. I liked the Ugas Figueroa earlier.
You did?
Yeah, that was a good fight. Man, that Figueroa.
Let's cover the rest of the card. And again, for those of you who live under a rock, the final scorecards, which I actually have, Andrew.
That's what I would like to see.
I got them on the screen for you, bro.
Nice. Very nice.
There you
Boom.
go.
Shit.
Final scorecards, 115, 112, 115, 114, 115, 112 for your winner by a split decision. And
look at that. The first
still
5 rounds.
40-year-old fighter. What, Andrew?
Lee, look at the first 5 rounds, man. They have them winning 4-1. One guy has it 5-0 with the 10-8 in round 1. This is a wipeout. This is a fight where people got bored. I almost started thinking Jeff Horn in round 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, exactly. They gave them to him. Those are the round. Oh, that one judge gave them. Wow, he gave them from round 6 to 9. I'd have to watch those over. But I know late.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I watched on social media, right? I was watching in real time social media. Brian Campbell, Steve Kim, the usual group of people on Twitter who were doing round by round recaps. From round 6
go ahead. Sorry.
Through round 9. Okay, 6 through 9. Everybody's got that whole feeling, Andrew. Those are the questionable rounds.
Glenn Fielding should be fired. He gave Keith Thurman rounds 11 and 12. He should be fired. That's bullshit. That's a lie. Keith Thurman in round 12. What did he do? Man, that's how he gets 113, 114. He gives them the last 2 rounds. Wow. The other guy gave him. No, they both gave him to Manny. Yeah, so he's the only one.
Andrew, are you
12.
implying that Judge Glenn
Fielding? Yeah, he was bought last night.
Is on the take.
He was bought. Something happened, or he was just, come on, 114.
Hold on. Let me play the music.
One.
This Justin. News break.
Hey, Lee.
Andrew Laffichet reporting that Glenn Fieldman is allegedly on the fix for Sean Porter.
It's cool. It's cool to say when it's Saul Alvarez, right? It's all hip, right? When it's Alvarez. Oh, fuck that. He was robbed. Lara was robbed. Trout was robbed. Who else was robbed? Mayweather was robbed of that one card. It's all cool to say it when it's Saul. What, this dude gave him 7 rounds? 7 rounds. Get the fuck out of here, please. Keith Thurman was bleeding, hurt, dropped, body shot hurt him, right hook hurt him.
Body shot. He was beat up bad. Like we are not going to see Thurman for quite a while after.
Hey, did you see him, Lee, when he got hit to that body, he pulls his mouthpiece out to breathe, puts it back in? I never seen that before. That was hella tight on Thurman's part.
Yes.
Get out of here, 7 rounds. Investigate Glenn FELDMAN. Is that what you said? Yeah, FELDMAN.
Investigate. How about Lynch? Is he black?
He should be suspended. Where's all the cries for suspension? Fuck out of here. Let it be Saul. De La Hoya is fucking fixed. I hate him. He always buys judges.
With that said, one more thing to cover. The first broadcast started on Fox Prime with Kayla, with that stupid heavyweight that they're trying to jam down our throats. Umbambagu or Mbubaga.
Yeah, Ajabaga. Yeah.
Ajabaga. They've been trying to jam him down our throat for so long, Andrew. All right. Let's start with Ajabaga Bagadad. What did you think of Ajabaga Dagbad?
One-dimensional, almost lost the fight. Seen that a lot. The prospects were having a real hard time yesterday in boxing. There was a lot of boxing. Jeez, was there a lot. Kind of pulled one of your days. My lady, the girls went to a baby shower. So it was fucking boxing all day yesterday at my house.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I got a suite at the hotel and got 2 giant TVs, sat back and watched boxing and ate pizza and sushi from around Vegas.
See, this is not good, Lee. Every story so far has been you eating. You better stop, bro. You're like, I ate at a barbecue place. I ate at sushi. I ate this.
That's all I ate on Friday, Andrew. I only ate one meal at midday, and it was only meat.
Oh, this is... Well, Friday. Who fought Friday? It was Teofimo Lopez. He had a scare, huh? ESPN.
Did you want to talk about Teofimo? I didn't watch anything. Look, I'm all Manny-centric. I mean, we can catch up on everything right now. Do you want to talk about Teofimo?
No. But
this show is all over the place.
I'm just letting you know that when you're talking Friday, you're not talking Caleb Plant.
No. I wasn't. I was talking Saturday and Fox Prime.
Okay.
I'm very specific on what we're covering. For everybody listening to the podcast, this is just for you guys today. I didn't shoot the video. I'm sorry for Andrew's connection. I'm in a hotel. Everything
what do you mean, my connection? Now I'm bad again.
There's a little bit of clicking on my end, and I think it's my fault.
No.
It's not you. It's me.
Right? Heard that before.
Isn't that what you say when you come too fast? It's not you. It's me.
You got to control yourself, man. Shit.
I'm trying to make a show of this, Andrew. It seems like a big shit sandwich, in the words of Bobby. Sandwich. It's a big shit sandwich that I'm just hoping that the regular podcast listeners are like, oh, we haven't had one of these shows in a long time. Well, you got it. Congratulations. I hate it. Poor production value, poor planning on my part. I woke up late, hit the snooze button 3 times. I didn't start work until like 8:30, Andrew. I mean, and then it was like I'm throwing gear together, trying to make shit work and trying to get angles for cameras, and nothing's working. And I get frustrated real easy. It's not you, Andrew. It's me.
I guess so. All I do is talk, buddy. You brought me on here. I'm going to tell you what I feel.
Fox Prime. Andrew, Fox Prime. Takes us to our main event of the evening. The betting favorite was Caleb Plant going into that fight against Mike Lee. You guys know the history. I shot all the video. We've talked about it repeatedly. The drama. There are several things that I want to talk about. Why do I care that Mike Lee went to Notre Dame? This just in, Andrew. Mike Lee went to Notre Dame.
Yeah, he was the top
That's like
rank.
saying Dillian. Literally, they said it almost like, hey, guess what? Dillian White's next to fight Deontay Wilder. Well, no, he's not. Clearly, he's going to fight Luis Ortiz and then do something else after that, right? So I just thought it was hilarious what maybe it's just the announcer, the fucking old guy who was doing round by round. I wasn't hard on Lennox or Goosen. I enjoyed them again. I really enjoyed Goosen and Lennox Lewis a lot. But the other fucker, who's the guy doing the call?
Mm-hmm. I only know if Lennox and Joe Goosen are talking most of the time, Lee.
Yes, but they have the big, deep bass voice guy that does NFL football as well.
Damn it.
And by the way, Mike Lee went to Notre Dame, Andrew. Did you know that?
Well, they've been saying that since Top Rank days, man. That's the kid's background, Lee. He's a football player turned boxer. He's white. You got a good.
That's a white thing. They want the
good
white
market
people
behind him.
He went to Notre. He actually got extra applause when they said from Notre Dame. It was in his announcement. He was in his ring announcement.
Well,
You've
got
to be
like
kidding
shit.
me. And
You look
then
like
I
shit.
had to endure the Caleb Plant story again. I like Caleb. I like his trainer. I'm not shitting on the story. But the fact that Fox ran it into the ground, Andrew. Andrew, did you know his daughter died again? Did you know?
I know.
Did you know? And that he was going to win the belt and put it on her grave? Did you know that? Because I heard that when he won the belt, and then I heard it again, and then again. And then in the packages leading up to the fight, I heard about it again, Andrew. Guess what? When I sat down and interviewed him, Andrew, I didn't ask him about that. You know why? Because he's already talked about it. It is such an, like, I don't know who's producing Fox, but could you imagine, right? They're covering a Sunday football game of the Raiders. And every time your quarterback goes back to make a pass, do we even know who your quarterback's going to be this season?
You talking about? Did something happen that I ain't know?
No, I don't know.
Because
Al Davis was
what you talking about?
Al Davis was in Vegas with an inconceivably too young, too hot woman that he clearly had to pay for.
He's loving that Vegas life, isn't he?
He's going to sell the team. He's going to sell the team. He's going to sell the team, Andrew.
As we talked, the stadium still looks like it did in January. But, yeah, it's 50% done, people. Keep believing that shit. Not a wall up. Not a fucking wall up.
But you get my point, right? Could you imagine if every time Brett Favre went back to pass, or I know they're going to do this one this season. Who's the guy for Green Bay right now? What's his name? Why am I drawing a blank?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron's dropping back to pass. Hey, do you think he's thinking about Danica Patrick right now? She just had a miscarriage. Is he trying to win this game for Danica Patrick and their miscarried child, Andrew? What do you think, Lennox? What do you like? They don't do that in football. They don't do that in baseball.
Boxing loves to try to tie their stories. You know, you've had cancer stories. You've had the mom being shot. All right, Gabe Flores. They've been drilling that down.
I'll tell you why it would never happen. It's because the manager for Aaron, right, would call and say, hey, call Fox and tell him I'm never going to do another fucking interview with him again if they talk about my personal shit. Boxers just shrug and go, yeah, I did this and I told my mom who was dying that I'd defend the belt. And really, bro, like, why don't you just look at her and go, this is bullshit. Like, why do you guys keep asking me about this? It's a real emotional thing for me. It's not for air. I don't even fucking get why you're doing it. I thought Caleb Plant's my hero. You know what he did after that fight? He didn't say shit, and he didn't look like an asshole. He gave an answer to every question that was vague. Who do you want to fight next? Whoever wins the next fight. Like, they're not just going to give me the guys I want. That's what he said. Whoever comes out of the Benavides, do you have a dog in the fight? No, I don't. I want to fight and unify the belts. That's what he said. And she kept pushing him because the producers in her ear pushing him. And then what do you think about Pacquiao versus Thurman? Politically correct guy, doesn't want to shit on Al Heyman, doesn't want to shit on the organization or tell his real feelings or whatever, right? And he gave an argument for both sides. She goes, you covered all your bases with that. Yes. I just hope the fans have a good time. Good job. Good job, dude. You didn't look like an asshole. You didn't shit on anybody. You didn't take any sides. You don't have any enemies. Mike Lee's dad is still an asshole. You haven't talked about it one time. I'm all about Caleb Plant till he loses that title, Andrew. I'm going to keep talking about him. But by the way, Andrew, did you know that Caleb Plant's child died at 18 months and that he won the belt and has it painted over his bed so he can stare at it every night in some creepy fashion while he's having sex, I assume? Did anybody equate that one besides me while they were watching the belt that was on his ceiling? That has nothing to do with a memorial to his child. That's a memorial so that when he's banging, he can look up at the ceiling and go, I am the champ.
Hey, maybe it's for the girl too. You never know. She's with the champ.
Could be bottom. Yeah, I guess. What did you think of Caleb Plant and Mike Lee, who looked like dog shit on a stick?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a pretty bad matchup. Mike Lee just looked amateurish. Kind of easy fight for Plant. He's been doing it a long time. Good technical fighter. Kept him on the outside and beat him down. We don't know who Caleb Plant is. He hasn't fought the best at 168. We know there's a lot of guys above him right now. He's new to this. He does look good. Got good skills. I like, he's doing that little, when he makes you miss, he likes shaking his head to you or looking out the ring. That's all going to be good if he can do that to the likes of Canelo and Sanders and Triple G and Smith and all these other guys. Eubank. There's a lot of fighters at 168. So he's got a bright future ahead of him. Stay undefeated, keep winning, and he should become big here in America. You know how it goes, Lee.
Yeah, he's got a good story because it was told to us because we're stupid Americans 300 times. Which takes us to the broadcast itself, Andrew. The evening on pay-per-view kicked off with Dule versus Juanito Peludo, or whatever the hell what was that shit show I watched that opened up this thing that went way too long? That was.
Yeah, I missed that fight. I was hoping you were gonna.
You didn't miss anything, bro. You didn't miss anything. They're fighters we're never gonna talk about again. It's literally like talking about the second tackle on the practice squad. I mean, that's how bad it was. And Goosen and Lennox are doing their best. I'm sitting there sipping on a bottled Coke and enjoying my spacious air-conditioned suite. Did I say suite many times in this?
Yes, you did. And I want to clear something up about Caleb Plant, where he's at. We're going to jump back real fast. Yep. With that win last night, Lee, BoxRec still has him under Willie Monroe Jr. He's ranked number 8 in the super middleweight division as the IBF champ. So it just shows you a little how far he still has to go to make it here, but does have a bright future.
I think he could be a Costa Zoo type, got in there, got lucky, got into the right position, stole a belt, but he's going to have to fight. It's going to be the Deontay Wilder treatment, right? You bring the guy up slowly, make sure he's constantly fighting. He's a very presentable character. He's, as much as I just shit all over this a minute ago, it's a good story, right? So emotionally, people will get behind him. He's kind of, all right, racial moment coming up, Andrew. He's wiggerish a little bit, right? Because he's got that white Southern mix. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not sure what he is, but he's playing both sides of the fence. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Well, the reason I say that, you and I both know that boxing is about two things, right? Fan support, right? And whether or not anybody's going to bet on you. And it takes a pretty good story. It takes a lot of media. It takes a lot of things to be a successful champion. It's no big, like, Andrew, can you tell me the super bantam, I'll just go for an easy one. Bantamweight IBF champion right now?
No. Probably some Asian guy.
Probably. But my point being, there are many left tackles, Andrew. There are many left tackles on the practice squad of the Raiders. Do you know all the names of the left tackles on the practice squad?
You always say this. No, I don't. Hell no.
Right. Right, that's my point.
I know
Caleb Plant-
Incognito is getting suspended for 2 games because he fucking threatened to cut his dad's head off at the funeral home. The NFL was like, yeah, we think we should give him 2 games for this. Really? All right. Cut your dad's head off, 2 games. Good job, NFL.
To my point, Andrew, Caleb is in a division where he can get lost, right? It's the IBF strap. It's not the WBA.
He's got the
Super.
IBF. He has fighters like Sanders and Eubank over there in the UK selling tickets. That could be something they're looking at down the line. You've got Callum Smith, who's trying to have a breakout fight here in the States. That's a unification. He has opportunities here. He's undefeated. He's white in America, so he's going to get a lot of TV time. I haven't seen Caleb Plant out of the ring to see, what kind of guy he is outside of the ring, how big his market's going to go. But from what I see, he's going to do fine. So he just got to keep winning. The fights will come. Eventually, it's going to be Saul Alvarez's big ticket payday. But all those other fights, some serious ticket sellers out there. He might have to go across the pond, but he looks like he has the skills. Once again, I've said it many times on this show, Americans, this circuit's the best. So him going over the pond to fight Eubank or Smith or Sanders, I wouldn't have him that much of an underdog. The best skilled fighter is probably still coming from the States.
Which takes us to our main card. We'll get through the show. I'm confident, Andrew.
Why? Well, that's your fault. I don't know. You're not bringing nothing back.
Well, no, I agree with you. I thought that was a powerful covery, but I'm going to go with my same stock answer, and it's Caleb's issue. You're with the PBC, and he said it 3 different ways, 3 different times. Whatever Al tells me to do is what I'm going to do. Well, okay, cool, bro.
Al is reaching out, though. He is starting to reach out. The PBC is dissolving as we see it. Mikey Garcia is now in talks with Dazin. The fight with Danny's out. Spence is a free agent. We just found out that none of these guys are signed to any of the networks they fight on, so they can all walk once this thing is totally dissolved or sold, however you want to say it. So no, I think all these guys are going to start reaching across the table to get their fights. They almost have to, Lee. There's nothing else. All those guys I just named in the super middleweight division, bro, none of them are PBC. So unless Caleb Plant
that's my point. That's why I didn't really comment. They're not PBC. They're not PBC guys.
Yeah, but Al Heyman has been reaching over lately. So, and we all know that the PBC is dissolving. Lee, Caleb Plant's not a pay-per-view fighter, so he's not going to pay-per-view. Maybe as an undercard, and then still he would be fighting a nobody because the top 8 guys in his division, he would have to sign with someone else to fight with them. So I don't see any other option for Caleb Plant. He's going to eventually be moving over to Matchroom, to DAZN, to Top Rank, to ESPN. Eventually, they all are. It just is what it is. The PBC is almost out. There's no fights major fights happening on any networks anymore. Hell, they just told us Spence Porter is now a pay-per-view fight. That went from Fox to pay-per-view. Showtime, I can't even remember the last. I guess it has to keep going on Dominique Breazeale versus Wilder, but that's not really a major fight. That's a title defense of a guy who wasn't even a mandatory for the heavyweight champ. That's not pay-per-view. So when's the last time Showtime gave their fans a major fight, a unification that meant something? Shit, they're out. Bob Arum was right. Like, they haven't said it yet, but when you look at it, Showtime's out.
I agree. They're not in the mix. I mean, if you look at the Areola fight, it's going to be on Fox Prime.
And even that
Showtime,
one, Lee.
Showtime is what's Showtime going to put together? Where are they going to get it put together with? Way to go, Espinosa. Way to go, Deontay Wilder. I'm sure your fight with Luis Ortiz, which I didn't know was 100% confirmed, but we kept flashing the graphics all night while Deontay was very low-key for Deontay last night. Did that make sense?
Yes, and that's because they're all uncertain of their futures. I'm dead
Right.
serious. If you heard,
he got fucked. He should have taken the DAZN deal. I'll say it again. Fucking Steven Espinosa calculator. Fuck you.
he got fucked.
You got a home here with Showtime, buddy. We're gonna make you that money. Don't you worry. Oh, we're not gonna show fights anymore.
Yeah, never mind. Our boss said we're done.
Sorry. Oops.
He's all, no, I thought you were the boss. No, I'm just the boss of the sports team. The guy above me said I'm done.
Right. Right. Yeah, we're too expensive. They finally figured out that, I've got a secret home down in Miami and I've been funneling money to my Cayman account, allegedly. Like, Steven Espinosa, I follow his Twitter. I follow everything about him. You're a fucking moron, bro. Like, you've completely fucked Showtime Boxing. It has a strong social media following. It's got everything going for it, and you're fucking it up. Because
Danny Garcia, Mikey, when they were talking, it was supposed to be pay-per-view. This whole thing, this whole PBC platform is switched to now you pay us $70. It went from it went from El Heyman brought free boxing back. Oh my God, fans, this is gonna be a household sport again. It's free boxing to now every fight's pay-per-view.
Yeah, no doubt. Fox has to improve on a couple of things. Well, let's finish going through this.
Hey, Lee.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed on the Fox, did you have an infomercial before your boxing telecast started? Because we did.
I didn't pay for the telecast.
No, my Fox, the Caleb Plant fight.
Oh, you mean that info? Yeah, no, that was real.
That was real, right? So yeah,
they took up airspace because that was real, bro. So they burned a half hour, right? So here's what happened for those of you who didn't watch the Fox show. Caleb Plant finished it was 2 rounds. And Mike Lee did his best pounding the mat. Oh, I could still fight. Yeah, you can, bro, but you're going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
Right? I love it when somebody who gets knocked down in an IBF 3 times and they pretend like, I'm still okay. Yeah, but the IBF is the only one who has the 3 knockdown rule, asshole. Like, they're the only ones. That's the only one. Even the only time it doesn't apply, it doesn't apply in a unification title with the IBF, right? But a straight up IBF, everybody who watches or does boxing, clearly he was not given those instructions, because once he got knocked down the 3rd time, he kept doing I could keep going. And do what, bro? Get your ass kicked more? I feel that's what the ref should tell him. And do what? Get hit again?
Yeah, more brain.
You suck. You lost. Your dad's an asshole. I said that. That's not allegedly. Your dad's an asshole.
Hey, what's the story on that? Why you keep saying that about the dad?
Well, if you rewind and go back to it, I talked about it when it happened. So Mike Lee's dad leading up to the fight, any negative press that Mike Lee was getting about the fight, literally, Andrew, literally, this isn't figuratively, I'm not giving any weird points on this. Literally, Andrew, he tried to start a fight with Mike Coppinger for writing a negative piece.
Oh, okay. You did cover that. Yes, sir.
Right?
Sorry about that.
He just did really crazy, shitty stuff. I think Mike Lee thought really highly of himself going into this fight against Caleb. I thought Caleb, when I interviewed him, was deadly serious about wanting to take out Mike Lee. And as I'm sitting there with Steve Kim and I'm hearing these stories of Mike Lee's dad going to the wild card and saying shit to people at the wild card, saying shit to other reporters, trying to call him out, trying to take him outside, I just thought it would be a great moment in Fight Net Radio history of me doing stupid things to see if I could get Mike Lee's dad to troll me and want to kill me, which is why I shot the video and why I brought it up and why I jammed it down everybody's throats on social media, hoping that I could bait out Mike Lee's dad into wanting to beat me up. Clearly, it didn't work.
Hey, it worked for that one. It worked for that one DJ that talked about Pernell Whitaker this last week. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
Some guy, Power 103, I think was the station, said that he couldn't
Power
believe
106.
Power. I don't know, whatever. He said he couldn't believe Whitaker got hit by a car. He thought his defense was better than that or some shit. Yeah,
Really?
Didn't go over well in the boxing world. Now he had fighters saying they want to go to his gym or go to his place to slap his ass. Not a good look.
Talk shit about Snoopy. We did a standing 10 at the Hall of Fame deal. My takeaway from the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, I put this on our Facebook page. You can go and look at the photos of the Castillo Corrales artifacts, the video that I did with Joel Casamayor, my new favorite fighter. Because Jesse didn't show up. I don't like him anymore.
I don't know what Whitaker's connection to boxing was in the recent, but I don't understand why they did the funeral on Saturday. I heard the turnout for his professional friends or whatnot throughout his career it didn't turn out too good. They thought it was because of, they did it on
There's a fight every weekend. I don't think that there was ever going to be a good day to have it, Andrew. You want to
do it on a day where everyone, like Buddy McGirt had a fight. He had to train. I'm sure Buddy McGirt wanted to be there. Chavez had to be at it. Yeah. He has a job. He has a telecast he has to do. You know what I mean? Like, do it on a Thursday, or it was shown on. It seemed like it was aired locally. I just thought they should have planned that better for Sweet Pea. We're talking about one of the greatest of all time. It should have been his day. So yeah, that was the only knock on the Saturday funeral. It was sad that you heard that there wasn't a large turnout from the boxing community.
It is what it is. It is sad that it didn't get a bigger turnout, but it was nice that literally in every format that we've had in boxing, that by and large, everybody talked about it. Everybody gave him the standing 10 count. He deserves it. He's a legend. Neri, Andrew. Neri versus Payano, the first fight you actually watched for the WBC Silver Broken Stick Paper Mache Eliminator Championship Bantamweight thing. What'd you think of Neri Payano?
Good fight.
Good job. That takes us to the WBO Intercontinental All Galaxy.
Did you not watch it, Lee?
Yeah, I did.
You have nothing?
It was okay, but they're bantamweights, bro. I'm never gonna watch these guys again. I'm never gonna
yeah,
watch them again.
I was right, dude. IBF bantamweight champ's Asian cat. It's that Mike Tyson kid. In a way, bing, told you. Got it.
Yeah. All right, good job.
All right, good job.
That takes us to the WBO Intercontinental All Galaxy Super let's just call it what it is. More welterweights that the PBC owns because they've got the entire division locked up, which made us lose Joe Goosen, sadly. This was what's the kid who got fucking flattened's name? What I want to get his Ensign. Did I get his name right? Ensign, right? J.R. Ensign, who got destroyed by Sergey Lipshit, whatever you want to call him. I think we've been calling him Lip. I don't think I knew that Lipshit was trained by Joe Goosen until recently. Like a fight ago, right, is when we found out. I mean, I'm almost willing to call him Lipinets or whatever the hell his real name is, right, Andrew? But we've been calling him Lipshits for how long?
Since the PBC brought him out.
Right.
I think he fought Mikey Garcia.
Free Goosen, right?
Yeah.
Goosen,
Yeah.
I
think he fought Mikey first.
Yeah. Well, Lipshit, under the tutelage of Goosen, literally, as he's warming up, you saw the punch that was going to do it. It was the knockout of the evening, Andrew. And what a spectacular counter left hand it was. Was it, in your opinion, the knockout of the evening?
I mean, yeah, but he was doing a guy who fucking got a phone call the night before, right? Isn't that's the John Molina dropout, right? Which was also a Guzan fighter.
John Molina Jr. dropped out for who knows what reason this time.
Yeah, and he was the he was Guzan's fighter too. So that would have been an interesting fight, Guzan versus one of his former fighters. But whatever the case, come on, it was a replacement, easy win, nothing too special there. Nah, it was a replacement, Lee. Showcase.
Here's
did what he
my
was supposed
problem,
to.
Andrew. You've got fights with guys where you clearly know they're going to be a knockout within 2 rounds, right?
Yeah.
And this fight that we're talking about is happening somewhere around the 7 o'clock hour, and we're rapidly approaching the co-main event of the evening, right? Here's how piss poor the planning is on Fox. You know you're going to have to put in filler. I'll say it again. We all knew that they were going to have to put in filler. Same problem with DAZN, same problem with Fox. The only one that seems to kind of be pretty good at it, shockingly, is how Bob Arum handles it over at ESPN, right? Joe got a stick up my ass, testatori, like they got an entire group of people to fill time, right? They got a panel to fill time. They know that they're going to have to fill time between these fights to keep people engaged and on the stream, right? Like Top Rank is the only one that is doing it 100% correctly. Now, whether or not you like the commentary, whether or not I think Max Kellerman is a wife-beating piece of shit, that's not here or there. They fill the time. They talk about the fights. What does Fox do the minute? Okay, we're flipping it over to the girl who's getting fed things to say in the earpiece again, who looks really hot in the robe. I think Javier had one of the regular. Shout out to Javier Jurado, FNR regular, who had a line who said, "Why is Beyonce interviewing people?" That's pretty funny.
It's like all of sports now, though.
It is what it is. I mean, they just, it's at least Fox sideline people, because they've gone to an all-female format. I get it. But, and it's going to sound sexist for our 3 female listeners who are your family members, Andrew. These women don't know shit about boxing. At least DAZN found women who were at least passionate about boxing, right? DAZN's women look like, we're into boxing. Of all 3 of the telecasts, if you ask me which one has female commentators that actually look like, I'm really into boxing, I'm going to say DAZN. That crazy Hispanic lady who wants to sleep with.
Can you give me your opinion? Why is it that most of the male commentators are ex-fighters and trainers, yet on the women's side seems not to be one ex-fighter or trainer? Can you please give me your opinion on that?
I'm going to say something that might be conceived as.
And the pitch.
I'm going to give my theory. Ready? It's because every female fighting champion, excluding Layla Ali, who, right, they're either Clarissa Shields-like and they're borderline Ebonic, can't speak English. Hey,
oh my gosh, did he just say that? I thought.
Or what's on the Mexican, Spanish, Latin side, Andrew? They don't speak English. Like the real female champions, like who've been WBC. As you know, in the history of Fight Net Radio, did I not have the female
I'm going to tell you, though, Boom Boom Mancini, Deontay Wilder, Bradley, and
Hello,
Ward.
Andrew. It's Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Yeah, none of these guys are really your best commentators. They didn't go to school for this.
No.
So why couldn't a Lucia Riker,
look, Sean Porter
Christy
is
Martin,
a fucking lunatic.
Why couldn't throw some? You even said one. Ali, Christy Martin, Lucia Riker, Ann Wolf, Where are all
No,
the
they're
ex?
there are a couple that
Will
can
you
actually
stop?
speak
He's illiterate.
intelligent sentences. I get it. I'm with you, Andrew. They also look tore up like a fucking car hit them.
You're such a
Every
dick.
woman you just named looks like somebody's middle-aged mom and a bus hit them. It's okay for the men to look like a sack of
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. Whatever,
Right?
dude. Whatever.
I'm just telling you how the producers think. I don't know why everybody's coming down on me. I know what those meetings are looking like.
Just
Right?
saying. They're like,
We should
oh,
get Lucia Riker.
they're like,
in
oh, we're
here
not
and do-
sexist. Look, we hire women. But all right, whatever. Whatever.
No, we're gonna get hot people who can speak. These are weather girls, right? They just know how to say the words that are coming into the earpiece. Okay, ask him again. Tell him he's being evasive. I'm telling you, those aren't free thoughts on these women part. They've got a producer in a truck going, ask him again what he thinks about Pacquiao. He didn't really give an answer. Tell him he's being evasive. It's bullshit. I get it.
All right. Moving on. I just wanted to throw that out there.
In this podcast-only exclusive episode of Fight Net Radio, we continue on of trying to get through this card. But are we going to talk about Dillian White? Are we going to talk about Teofimo Lopez? Yeah, we'll talk about it for 2 minutes at the end.
Oh,
There's no surprise. Teofimo Lopez.
Well, a little
I guess
surprised. Then he
it's-
slow the brakes down on that kid. Then he slow the brakes
They
down.
stepped him up maybe a little too fast, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Hold on.
All right.
Let's give time to everybody else. That takes us to Yugas Figueroa, which you said before we started recording you enjoyed.
Figueroa, one of the wasted
Dude, he
talents.
was 3 human beings smaller than
Oh,
Yugas.
I know. No, hey, bro, he signs with the PBC and decided to
Right.
jump 3 weight divisions. I have no fucking
Why
idea.
doesn't everybody just hold up a picture of Robert Guerrero in those situations to their fighter and go, hey, they did it to the ghost. He's now sipping spaghetti with a straw.
No, he's not. That is a lie. Don't don't listen to
We
Lee
don't like
Young
to give
fight.
him a fork because he might put it in his eye.
Oh, jeez.
So we give him a spoon for all his meals.
You're right though. He is the new Robert Guerrero. He has been that fighter.
Right,
that
he takes a beating really well. He takes a beating fantastically.
I think you could hit Figueroa with the bat and he wouldn't go down. Very sad how talented he is. He just gave up on training. He really did. Now I know he has to train to make 147. Don't get me wrong, but he's supposed to be 135.
He literally looks so far out of his element that it was shocking.
Yeah. And he has for a while. If you look, since he signed with the PBC, he's had some shitty fights. He's always like the B guy, right? The undercard guy, but he was undefeated. He was a WBC lightweight champ. He's from Texas. He's brown. That equals money. Where the fuck are the sellouts at Dallas Stadium? He gave Al Heyman his whole career on a fucking platter. I'm undefeated. I'm a champion. And I'm from one of the biggest boxing communities in America. Nah, nothing. Nah.
No, nothing.
Best you ever got was a co-main event. I hope you made $1 million.
You're gonna fight Yugas at a weight class that makes no sense for you. And if you win that fight, guess what? We can put you in line for a title shot. Okay. How much?
It seems like that was his whole PBC run was how much? Because they when I seen the matchup, I wanted to see the odds. I liked Yugas in that fight right away because of the size, Lee. Yugas is a big welterweight. We already knew that. I expected a TKO though, to be honest with you. I thought he was gonna stop Figueroa. It looked good in round 1. I was like, there it is. I knew he was too big for him, but then fucking Figueroa's chin, man. It's unbelievable how much punishment that man takes in all of his fights. If he would have just took it a little bit serious, what kind of a lightweight, junior welterweight would he really have been in this sport?
But yeah, I'm with you. For those of you who haven't watched the fight, the only thing interesting is Goosen's commentary. which literally after the 5th round was his corner's giving him bad advice. The kid's behind. They should really consider stopping the fight for his own safety. Like, Goosen is such a great trainer. Like, Joe Goosen to me is the best thing that ever happened to Fox Broadcasting. Joe Goosen is such a, like, I can't blow the guy hard enough. The only reason I enjoyed last night was Goosen being Goosen. Lennox Lewis does nothing except occupy a chair and show pictures of him smoking cigars and offering to sign autographs to Sean Porter. What the fuck? Goosen comes in. Hey, Joe, weren't you talking about that punch before the fight? Like, Goosen's, this is, he is the John Madden of boxing. There you go. Joe Goosen is the John Madden of boxing.
I'll agree with that. Sometimes it seems like Lennox just wants everyone to do his game plan, where Joe Goosen's a trainer and adapts to people's game plans and will like tweak them and say what he could do to make it better. Lennox is just like, he's got the wrong game plan. If it was me, I wouldn't. You see Joe's like, well, Lennox, not everyone's 6'7" it has a 80-something inch reach, you know, like, stop it. Now you can't fight that way every time. You see that a lot going on between the two. Which makes Goosen look a lot smarter because he's staying in the game plan that the fighter's actually doing and just telling you what he could do better.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree.
That's what a trainer ultimately is supposed to do.
Everybody's got their gimmick, right? If I went down the list, I'd say that everybody's kind of got their own little niche, right? Bradley. I don't know what's up with Bradley. Bradley's like, I think Bradley is on uppers or speed, allegedly. Like, he's all over the place. Like, he's almost ADD now. But that's what I expect out of him, right? When I watch an ESPN, I'm going to expect crazy shit out of Bradley, right? If I watch Sergio Mora, I expect to hear about the homework he did on The Fighter, right? The fucking guy is doing hundreds of hours of homework before the show. You know why you're worried? Because you think that Jesse Vargas is going to take your job. And he is, fucker.
Hey, you heard Goosen bring that up this time. Mora is rubbing off on Joe. He was talking about homework and studying tapes and stuff in this telecast, too. I started laughing on that.
Yeah, the only person, if you put all of these these color analysts in a room, right? All 10 of them, I think, however many there are, right? And if they all said, yeah, we did homework and we watched the tapes, you know, the only one I'd believe is Joe Goosen. Because I don't think Joe Goosen sleeps. I think he's a robot. I don't think he's an actual human being. If you look, Joe Goosen doesn't blink. I'm going to say this out loud. I know that Joe Goosen is actually a robot. I know it. I'm probably going to be killed because of it. By the way, I would never hang myself or commit suicide. So if I suddenly wind up dead, Joe Goosen is an alien or a robot. He doesn't blink. He always talks at the same monotone level. There you go. That's the way we're gonna do this round. Yep. You're gonna dip under that punch. You're gonna throw the left hand. Oh, hey, thank you. No, Lennox. We were practicing that. There was really exciting stuff in there, and I think we should stop the Figueroa fight here at some point. He's in a lot of trouble. I don't think he's gonna come back from it. Actually, Andrew, I think Figueroa's corner is really going to start considering a different kind of game plan for this fight. It's always the same. That was a pretty good Joe Goosen, actually. He might have to start calling in. Did I miss anything? Hold on. There was a co-main event.
Now we got to go main event.
Can I cover it? Brett Figueroa, Ugas. If you don't know, Ugas beat Figueroa like he owed him money. Like, Figueroa better retire after this fight. He got the Robert Guerrero treatment, no doubt. Fucking heart the size of a house, and just got beat down. Quickly, Andrew, you watched Teofimo Lopez get his decision against Takahashi Yamaha Suzuki Samurai. That was racist. I'll point it out.
Yeah, no, it was a tough fight for the kid. He seemed like he was one-dimensional in this fight. Kept throwing the same combo And while he had success, they got to watch the tape and see that he needs to learn a lot more offense when he's in with these the higher competition, right? The guys that are very highly skilled fighters don't go for the same fucking move every time. Almost cost him. He was getting beat up at the end. He was getting tagged a lot. I had him winning because I'm corrupt as fuck and I know what the judges are doing. They're giving close rounds to him, you know. The other young man, I can't say his name. Do you remember his name? Do you have his name? You know? No.
No.
All right. So he was a Japanese fighter.
Yamaha.
That's
Suzuki,
probably
Yamaha.
not it. I'll say Yamaha, but that's probably not his name. I'm thinking that's more of a sports bike.
This isn't a mainstream video, Andrew. It's just a podcast, people. They know I'm fucked up.
Yeah, no, we're just messing with him. But he's gonna be back. You know, he almost defeated a big time prospect here in the sport. Don't want to see.
He's not gonna be back, Andrew. He's not.
Yeah, he will. Yes,
Never gonna hear Yamaha.
No, Top Rank will have him back. You're full of it, Lee. I'm telling you right now.
Just because I know we're never gonna talk about this kid again,
Oh my!
I'm gonna look up this guy's name.
There you go. Tefimo Lopez.
No, here you go. Masayoshi Takatani.
Takatani, I was close. Damn it. Should have just went with it.
Never going to see him again, Andrew.
Whatever. Lopez needs to keep.
Japanese bombed America, right, Andrew? There are people still harboring resentment about that.
Lopez needs to keep Lomachenko out of his mouth from here on out. His dad needs to calm down on who his son is. Just take it slow. Let Top Rank do their thing. I truly do believe Top Rank was pushing him because they were pushing Top Rank to get him the better fights, saying, "Oh, I should be a champion. I want to be a champion by the end of the year." You know, you keep saying this in public, they're gonna grant you your wish because they don't want to upset you, and then you walk from the company. So you think you're badass? Here you go. He's not that badass. There's a lot of flaws in the defense, and what I seen was in his offense. He didn't have too many combinations, or at least he forgot about him on this night. Could have been nerves. Could have been his first major fight, and he got caught up in the moment. But that's something they need to watch the tapes and rethink. Another thing that seems to happen, you see all the time, are these father-son relationships, trainer to fighter relationships. His dad might have took him as far as he can. And now it's time to bring in someone experienced, someone who's done this with a lot of champions to teach his son more. So, yeah, definitely got to slow down. Lomachenko was laughing Friday night.
And our final story, this just in, Andrew. I think it's our biggest story. Did you know that Dillian White is now the mandatory challenger to fight Deontay Wilder, even though Deontay Wilder's scheduled to fight Luis Ortiz
for the next 2 years?
Yeah, right.
Deontay's schedule is probably filled for the next 2 years. We're looking at 3 fights here. These are heavyweights. These guys fight once every, 4 to 6 months. 2 years. 2 years. Maybe Dillian White gets a fight.
Max, I mean, minimum, like if everything goes well for Deontay Wilder, right? You are looking, if you're Dillian White, and say Deontay wins these fights, right? And after the whole, forget whatever's going to happen between Anthony Joshua and
Ruiz, yeah.
We should cover that too, but
2021, man. Early 2021.
Maybe. If he's lucky. If he's
like
lucky.
Yep.
And the WBC's not going to strip Deontay Wilder. So what do they do? They give him another bullshit fake belt and call him.
Will the Raiders Stadium open up, or will Dillian White get his title shot?
That's a good bet. That's a good bet. I would, if I had to, I would bet on this stadium with the Raiders in it. Andrew, do the Raiders have to be in it, or because I've seen the construction. There's a lot of shit out there, right?
Yeah.
You got to do something. I think maybe it could be a hotel if it's not going to be a stadium.
Hey, Lee. Hey, listen. I've got a lot more confidence in Mark. I know I'm off. We'll get back to the boxing right now. I got to tell you something. Rumors are they dumped the fucking dome on that stadium, bro. They're not doing it anymore. That is going to be an opened stadium now.
100 degrees.
Hey, They're going to get it done, though. That gives you confidence. When Mark is cutting shit like that, he's going to get it done. Don't worry. But who will show up in year 2? I don't know. Yeah, hey, let me tell you something. You guys are drinking all day, drinking for 2 nights. Some of you guys are going to be doing cocaine for 2 days straight. Maybe doing
allegedly.
both.
Whoever you are. Allegedly doing cocaine.
You are not.
The strippers. You're doing the strippers. The
you
hookers.
are not sitting. Do you know how many people in Vegas run to the casinos because of the air outside?
Oh, I'll tell you firsthand, Andrew, because that was me yesterday, and I got so I was out and about, right? Yesterday, when I was switching hotels, I had about 3-hour gap before check-in, right? So I decided, I'll just go get a massage, a real one. Everybody calm down. I'm going to go get a pedicure. I'm going to go and, just do bric-a-brac shit and then pick up some food for the fight, right? Dude, I became so exhaustedly dehydrated that I had a headache by the time the first fight started.
Yeah.
On Fox. I mean, it's 109 degrees out here.
And Lee, we are talking about a place that needs, I believe it said something like 40 sellouts a year to make their bills. We're not talking 8 games. Oh, they need 8 games sold out. We're talking the whole fucking year. They need to have events at this place to pay their bills. So in the summertime, you're putting on concerts out there? No, there's not a performer that's going to be singing in 9 degrees, 14 degrees. I think I've seen it as high as 15 in Las Vegas. I'm going to tell you something else. Everyone that right away wants to tell me, oh, well, that's fine. They'll just do night shows. I've been out there in the summer nights where it's 101, fucking
degrees.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Degrees. It's 98 degrees at night. It's 100 degrees at night.
Yeah, so if this is, and then when you look at the stadium, Lee, I know you've seen it. There is no roof. They're building something around it, but there's no dome yet. And I heard that it was scratched out of the plans. Remember, this is a stadium that was built that never had a final blueprint. The NFL never looked at the stadium and said, oh, this is what you guys are building? Cool. This was build as we go project because of the money restrictions. You don't have money for that? Cut it out. You don't have money for that? Cut something else out somewhere else. You're going to get 50-inch screens in all your luxury. We're going to do 20-inch screens now. Or you know what I'm saying, Lee? Cut it out.
Yeah.
So,
Andrew,
hey, props
by the
to
way,
Mark.
Andrew, this
You'll
just
get it
in.
done.
Dillian White is prepared to fight in the new Raider against Deontay Wilder. He's prepared to fight in 100-degree weather.
Dude, it throws a wrench in everything if this comes out like this. The Zuffa or the AEG, whoever owns the UFC, do they really want a stadium that they can't have air conditioning in for their UFC fights?
Oh, I'm with you. I completely agree with everything you say.
So, back
It's
to Dillian
ridiculous.
White. Back to the mandatory.
Did you know he's the #1 mandatory challenger,
Poor
even though
guy.
he's going to fight Luis Ortiz, who's not even...
That is one man who should have took a replica WBC belt to the garbage, to the ring, and then either wiped his ass with it after the fight and dropped it in the ring, or just dump it in the garbage. But that's what Dillian White should have done after he won that fight, because what we're telling you people is not, unless they come out tomorrow and say Luis Ortiz is now scratched because they have to go to an immediate what is it called? Bid. What did they have to do? To do the Dillian White matchup, unless the Suleiman steps up and does that for him. No, this is bullshit. This is a bullshit title. This is a bullshit fight. He's not going to get the fight until Luis Ortiz fights Wilder, then Wilder fights Fury. And let me tell you, if that fight does good financially, guess what's going to be a number 3?
I've completely lost you now.
Uh-oh. Are you there?
There you are. Okay. Yeah, you're back.
Oh, man. What did I miss out?
No, you only missed out on the tail end of your rant.
Yeah, it's going to be a number 3. It's going to be a number 3. If him and Tyson Fury do good financially, Dillian White will. Now, with that being said, hey, Lee, remember I told you this before. Are they writing him step-aside money checks here? Because if that's the case, more power to Dillian White. He will be he will have a good retirement without really throwing punches. And that's fine because you could double end a deal. You get step aside money, then you fight someone that the WBC puts in front of you to keep your mandatory ranking. You get paid again by Matchroom, by DAZN. So he'll be fine if they're giving him his portion of the step aside money.
Yep. I don't think he's getting step aside money. I think he's getting shit on. That's
mandatories. Mandatories usually do. We're gonna have to pay attention to that. Once again, one reason why I was never upset about Triple G never getting to fight Cotto and Martinez. I believe they stepped aside. Did step aside money. He got like 3 checks, bro. And all those years where he wasn't getting a shot at the middleweight title. He was getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars not to fight these guys. So, and he decided to do it. That's another thing. You don't have to take that check. You can take it to, I think Lee just said arbitration and get that fight pushed. But sometimes they like those checks, man. That's free money.
I'm with you. I agree. And that is your complete weekend. Exclusive podcast only. Non-video, Andrew and I worrying about the screen and doing other shit. Just shooting the shit like we used to back in the day, Andrew. Just talking about our weekend of boxing. You had a fairly rough weekend to get through all the boxing.
Yes. The reason why I skipped Friday, nothing changed on the weigh-ins. Look, I liked how Thurman looked, but I had to stick to my guns that I couldn't put money on a guy who was inactive against a legend like Pacquiao, who managed to throw 700 punches. Still manages to throw that many punches, excuse me. I don't know what last night's final punch stats were. I don't know if you have those or can pull those up.
I do not. We can when we do the... Look, there's going to be news. It's going to take about 3 days for the news to filter down.
Oh, he wants to cut out. We're out. Okay.
The what?
Cut out what? Fucking with you. You're done with the show?
No, I'm not done with the show, Andrew. We did an hour and a half for our loyal listeners.
Yes, but we should. Yeah, but we're all right. Then you guys will be covering the Pacquiao Thurman a little bit more in detail here.
By then we'll know the buy rates. We'll know final punch stats.
I know the buy rates weren't good. I know the commercial side didn't do good on this fight. The closed circuit, so that usually plays into pay-per-view. I think it's going to be around 350 to 400,000 buys, which is good for an average fighter. But when you're paying someone 10 million out the gate, guaranteed 10 million, a total of 12.5 for the main event alone, you want to see a little bit more than 400, 500,000 buys. You still have an undercard to pay. You have everybody that was involved. So yeah, might not have done that great. Where I was at, went back to my Grant Line bar here in Tracy, California. It was packed. Not a table that didn't have people on it. The bar was filled. I didn't see the dance floor because they put tables out there. I didn't walk to that side to see, but there was a good turnout for this fight. And there was some Thurman fans. I was very surprised. There was some Keith Thurman guys there. They shut up in round 1. Swear to God it started reminding me of Jeff Horn. Manny gets out to such a great lead, Lee, and the bar just goes quiet. People are starting to talk. Even the Filipinos. It wasn't like they were tuned into the fight anymore. In my scorecard, it was 4-0 going into round 4. So Thurman has to get into round 8 now to make this thing competitive. He needs to sweep rounds 5 to 8 to make this thing competitive. And he's not doing it. So you kind of just seen everyone's like, yeah, he's winning on points big time. This thing's a landslide. Now the judges made it closer than what it should have been, but ultimately they got the right guy right, and everyone knew that in round fucking 5.
I'm with you. I agree.
Now for Floyd, what was Floyd's reason for coming in the ring before the fight? Did you catch anything out there on why he did that?
No, I have no idea why Floyd did anything other than make his presence known. And it was obvious the way it was all set up that in advance by the PBC and Fox, like nobody tried to go stick a mic in his face. They stuck a mic into everybody else's face to kill time, right?
Somebody
Why is
knows
Floyd-
something. That is true. They didn't even try an interview.
And based on them just literally shanghaiing Gordon Ramsay to go, who do you like in the fight? Okay, you're not going to go get Floyd Mayweather. Really? Really? This is the first time I've seen it where literally Floyd said nothing other than being a presence in the arena. I think he was there to see if Manny was going to do the call out. I think they wanted a different outcome. I think. Or maybe the PBC wanted a different outcome, right? Clearly, Glenn Middlefuck, allegedly, made this a different fight that everybody else saw, right? Maybe the PBC thought, oh, we're going to slide one right by Manny, and Keith Thurman is going to get on the mic and say, I'm calling you out, Floyd. Fuck Manny Pacquiao. And that was the game plan. Who knows? Who knows if any of that shit is real? It's hype. It works for the fight. I like talking about it. It's just, it's just clickbait at the end of the day, Andrew. That's what it is. It's clickbait.
It was the perfect platform. It seemed like it was going to be perfect. He was there. He came in the ring in the beginning. It almost seemed perfect for them to announce at least that they're thinking about doing this again. Manny, to me, is back with his fan support. This is what, 3 wins under the PBC, or is this only 2 wins under them? Might be only 2, but it's Broner and it's Thurman, yes. Undefeated champ, and a lot of people are giving him big time credit for this win last night. So I think this fight is very doable. I think it still might have to do with the sale of there's just too much things going on right now to actually announce this. You've seen the heavyweight champs were together, Ruiz and Wilder. They're kind of joking about unifying. I don't know how. I thought Ruiz has to fight the rematch, but they're obviously still stalling on that. PBC is looking pretty good right now as far as big fights coming here down the road. They've got Bob Arum and Tyson Fury are ready to play ball with them with Deontay Wilder on pay-per-view, so those are going to be successful. You got Spence Porter coming up. Hopefully someone buys it. Porter's supposed to be the future. Spence is supposed to be the future. So this is a second pay-per-view. Then you got Pacquiao who's come back. And I told you guys, Pacquiao can play with both. He could do the Mayweather rematch and make a lot of money, or he can go after Spence and they can still make a lot of money. Spence versus Pacquiao will be a big fight if Spence handles his business with Porter in the boxing community. The PBC fans will buy this fight. The Manny Pacquiao fans will buy this fight. They'll get them both for about the same price too. $10 million to Manny, 2.5, maybe 4 million to Spence at this time. Thurman got 2.5 last night. It's a doable fight. So Floyd is just sitting there. I've got to think at some point Floyd's going to make a comeback because the money's too big for him and he still has a O. And Lee's told you for years, Floyd don't give a shit about that O. I've told you that for years. I truly believe he only cares about the O's on the check. As long as the money keeps getting greater for all these fighters, Floyd is going to dabble with it at some time. So that's what we seen last night. They got Khalid Plant, undefeated kid. Looks like there's a big market behind him. So you got Plant, you got Ruiz, you got Wilder, you got Spence, you got the resurgence of Manny Pacquiao, right? They're doing all right now. It's ready to sell. If there's a fire sale happening, their market ain't going to be no higher than what it is right now this morning.
I was going to cut it off right there, Andrew. But this just in. Adrien Broner claims that Thurman was out late gambling on the days leading up to the Pacquiao fight. Oh, Adrien.
He's trying to get a fight.
All right. In second position as my favorite fighter of all time, Adrien the Boner Broner. Can't think of anything to say positive, talk shit about a guy. Nice job.
Yep.
How long till we see Broner versus Thurman?
That's yeah. Not to look. They said he's fighting Ivan Redek, I believe, in his next fight. That's what he was out there this weekend bragging about. He does have a fight coming back at the end of the year. Then after that, no, it's possible. It's a good matchup for both guys, right? That's a PBC thing right there. So I see that fight happening. Floyd Mayweather reacts to Manny Pacquiao defeating. Did you see that one?
No, what have you got?
Nothing big. You should read it.
I don't think look, he's not saying anything. Like everything that I've seen is him not really saying anything.
Yeah, I don't really see. Yeah, there's not really a quote on here from him either. That's why I was just trying to get to the quote real fast, but I don't see anything from Floyd.
Right. It was clickbait. I am telling you that Floyd intentionally stayed quiet last night. Either the plan was to stay quiet and create more intrigue, or the plan was Thurman was going to win the fight and his plans just changed.
You heard people say Manny looked too good. He scared Floyd. I don't buy that bullshit.
No, that's clickbait.
Yeah. Yeah. If anything, Manny looked 40. He slowed down at the end, and if Floyd still has a right hand, he's gonna pop the shit out of him in the last 4 rounds of that fight.
Right.
Right hand. Like you seen, Thurman landed a few of his one times. He really did. He hit Manny a few times in the middle part of that fight when Manny started gassing out. There was one part, it almost looked like Manny's legs started shaking. You remember, he always has those calf issues. He does a lot of bouncing and everything in the ring. He's got his energy flowing. He starts getting cramps. And you seen his legs start shaking like in round 9 or so. And I really thought, I was like, oh, I could have swore, I started having feelings that fight was totally going to change. But, Manny's Manny. Started boxing again, just throwing his combos. And I thought Thurman did a great job of nullifying the straight left, but he forgot about the right hook. That's the punch that dropped him early. Seemed like the punch that scored most for Pacquiao during the night. That's just good game planning on the main weapon that he had. But they did forget about the right hook.
Is anyone saying that Thurman won this fight?
I've seen it, but I think of more like what you say. It's clickbait. It's people looking for attention, right? They're bored at home. Oh, that's bullshit, man. I thought Thurman
literally
won.
looking at all the post-fight photos of Thurman. He looks like he was hit by a bus.
Yes. He was, Lee. He was, and
He was
like
in a
I
car
said,
accident.
the commentators were like, "Oh, this is getting close," or they would say something stupid, right? And you're like, you just count the punches. One guy's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7, 8, 9, 3. Like they're not the same punches. And then Thurman's combo punching, not impressive at all. Arm punches after arm punches. No commitment. No. I'm trying to knock him out. Yes, he had moments of doing that, but there was not a consistency in his combination. He was one-time Thurman last night. That was him throwing the right hand. I think we talked about that going into the fight.
We all said was going to be his game plan.
Yep.
To work from the outside and wait and try to throw his quote-unquote big punch that never came.
And that was not going to, that doesn't defeat a guy who just throws combinations. Even when Manny, and Manny's combo sucks because it in the middle of it has a strong left. And then what Freddie gave him is that right hook at the end. And that fucker comes with heat too. There is no pop, 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 boom. It's pop, pop, boom, boom. You know what I mean? And it's all 12 rounds. And it will wear a fighter down, and it wore down the 10-year younger Thurman. I think it got photo of the year. Did you see the photo where I think Manny hits him with the straight left? The mouthpiece is like halfway out and there's blood flying, like, I don't know, into the stands. It's a beautiful shot. It's probably going to get picture of the year. That's Pacquiao at 40.
Yep.
Derek Chisora, I think, got knockout of the year this weekend when he knocked out Arthur Spiska on the DAZN. For whoever didn't watch that, needs to go back and watch Chisora. Chisora, a hell of a fighter in the heavyweight division, one of those journeyman gatekeeper guys. Last year, he's Dillian White's fight knockout of the year candidate for being on the wrong end of the punch. And this year, he might be it for being on the right side of the punch. But he had Tommy Morrison and Ray Mercer type motherfucking moment on those ropes. I'm talking, Lee, I'm talking like 3 hooks land on Arthur Spitzka. Right, left, and the last combo, it just knocks the guy out completely. And he just falls. Legs go out like he was shot. Awesome knockout by Chisora. I mean, he's still around. Dillian White, I would like to say, a lot of people are saying he looked like trash. I think you're wrong. Dillian White looked very good for what Deontay Wilder is, Lee. You know what I mean? Like, Deontay's got strong punch. Give him that all day. He's got a fucking right hand. That's all the kid got. The guy don't know how to throw a punch. He don't know how to throw a combo. His defense is weak. His legs are weak. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of flaws in Deontay. Dillian White looked decent. There's a match there. There's a fight there. He was ducking punches. He was throwing counters. He's got good speed. Defense is average, but there's something there. Now, look, Deontay should be able to knock him out because Dillian White takes punches. But that doesn't mean that an upset couldn't happen in that fight, or that Al Heyman and Leonard Ellerbe and these guys, or maybe even Floyd, are looking at Dillian White going, yeah, we're not going to risk that. Not for no $4 million, $5 million, when he can just fucking keep winning, dog. I'll come for you. Just keep winning. And then go fight Tyson Fury and all these other guys on pay-per-view and make a lot more money. He's ducking Dillian White for a reason, people. There's no secret there. Dillian White, he's been on a tear.
Go to fightnetradio.com. We'll have video for you this week.
Hello?
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net!